Morning. Hello, everybody. Snow, snow, and snow. Freezing Texas. I hope everyone in Texas is safe and well and warm. Warm is important. I'm just going to lift my camera a little bit. When I say my camera, I mean my Mac. Camera's built into the Mac, so I have to lift it all. Hi. I'm going to do my best not to fall asleep during the stream today. Okay? I promise. But if I do, I was speaking to David Watts earlier, and yeah, it might be an interesting experiment to see, to do a stream where I just sleep. Yeah. I hope everyone is well. Oh, nice and hot. Excellent. So trying to get you up on the 4K. I'm not streaming at 4K, so might look a bit pixely, but cool. That'd be cool. Why not? The rest of us do. What, you sleep during my stream? Ouch, Andy. Double ouch. No, that's okay. You can sleep during my stream. So, I tweeted a question. How many offset stagger? I did see your question, but it was early this morning. I still had one eye closed. I've still got one eye closed. Am I right-eyed or left-eyed? Can you be right-eyed or left-eyed? You know, right-handed, left-handed? Am I right-eyed or left-eyed? Oh, they're both as bad. Anyway, I don't know. I just use this CircuitPython headers, their layout. I don't know what their stagger is. Julian's done some staggered headers, so maybe he will know. Did you ever come up with a final amount, Julian, that was the right amount to stagger? I've never measured what the CircuitPython ones are, so I don't know. But, yeah. If you're in Eagle, representing the 240p gang. Okay, Dave Darko. Maybe I would improve my looks at 240p. Tony's left-eyed. Peter's right-eyed. You have a dominant eye? Really? I've never even thought about it. Both my eyes are bad. I'm wearing glasses. So, there you go. Okay, let's get this call out done. Dave, Odessa, good morning. Mr. Who? Arnold, hello. Arnold's grabbing a beer. Grab one for me too. I don't really drink beer. Not a fan, but I will. Maybe today. Yeah, I'll grab a beer. Something light, please. Deathshaker, hello. Christopher White, hello. Keep the goodies coming. Yes, I need to send you a case of beer with your order. But anyway, Adam, hi. Embedded Hobbyist, good morning. Rat Madness, are you from Texas? I didn't know you were from Texas. Makes me cold just thinking about it. Wooden 1000, hello. Kevon, hi. Fred. John Meeking, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, it covers the whole spectrum. Peter Stimple, hello. Crazy Roops. Jonathan London. Andy Calloway. Squawk. Can you hear the squawking? They are going nuts this morning. I think there was a bit of a fight, a territory fight or something happening. It was full on loud this morning. Like even Flynn went to the back door, opened the back door and screamed out to the birds to keep it down. which is pointless. Sorry. Paul, hello. Frank, hi. Graham Noobs. Michael's here. Hello, Paul. Good appropriate time of day, all. It's never an appropriate time of day. It's always an inconvenient time. Hello, Johnny. Tiny LED Matrix. Hello. Hi, Rota. Hey, K-More. Dave Darko, hi. Braden, hello. Peter, hi. Adrian. Nick. Taftsy, Julian, Peter. Just finished shoveling the drive and walkways again, getting pretty deep. See, I've never experienced that. I've seen that on like TV and stuff and in the movies. That must be a real hassle every morning to have to do that, to be able to like move your car or even get out of your house. Henrik, hello. Andy, Intimate Tech. Still scrolling. Cable Tie, hello. Reporting for duty, sir. Neil, hello. Do you have a serial number of that diode? The serial number. Are you still looking for a diode, for the diode? If this conversation is what I think it is, it's an MBR 120. I sent you back an email. Or are you just laughing? Is that your emoji at the end, laughing or crying? I can't tell. Hey Jerker, hi Tony. Different Tony? Did I already say Tony? I said hi to Tony. I don't know. JTax, hi. Dave Hines, hello. Okay, we jumped. Steve Nolan, Helmet, hello. Hope I got everyone. Andy Mouse, no. Mr. Andy Mouse. Aaron, hello. Dustin, hi. Hojad. Yeah, I must have missed a lot of people. Sasha, hello. David Watts. Do you ever sit on the sofa? I do. I used to sit. I have got two of them, but one's outside on the deck because I had the Charm High in here. I used to sit on my sofa all the time. Back in the day where I used to actually watch YouTube and stuff, or I used to sit there when I was designing games or stuff. But I don't sit on there enough, and it might be going because I've got new furniture coming, which is why the couch has moved. Yaz is laughing at me. I'm struggling with the whole losing the last couch from my office. I've always liked having couches in my workspace. It makes it feel less office-like and more casual. But I'm about to, I think, I've got a new desk coming today, which is going to extend this way. So the printer that's there that you can't see right now because I've moved my screen, but everyone knows where my printer is, right? That's going. The printer's not going, but it's being moved, and I'm extending my desk all the way down to the wall because I've got a really decent sized office, no doubt, but I've got very little desk space, and it's like I've got no illusions that I'm just going to generate more mess on my desk. Neil was kidding. Okay, wow, had me worried. So yeah, and then if that works out okay, I might actually fill that whole wall with desk as well. So I'm going to have just this big C. Oh, I just smacked my camera. Big C area. C for Sion. Not. Where I'm just going to spread all my shit everywhere. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the biggest mess ever. So, yeah, that's why my couch has moved. But I used to sit on the couch. No, but like when Yaz comes in, she'll sit on the couch when we talk. So, yeah. Because you used to design games, would you ever consider making games for the ESP32? Well, so I've got a couple of... Well, I made my little snake game for my old Playshield. And, well, I've got this that I still have to... I mean, I'm already making them, but I've got no software support for them yet. I mean, you can do whatever you want with them already, but, like, in terms of... Yeah, I've got some ideas. I've been speaking to Shibu about some game ideas for using his stage library for the Playshield, my V2 Playshield. But I don't know, like, so the problem is, I don't have time to make any games. Like, I can't even get the firmware I need to finish done and example code and stuff for my products to be able to ship them. So... Julian. That's dangerous territory, Julian. So yeah, like, and I'm not really interested in making games anymore, but I've got some ideas of maybe some small games I wouldn't mind making for my V2 Playshield. So maybe, I don't know. So like that actually intros into something interesting. I'm sure I missed saying hi to other people. So if I've missed saying hi to you, I'm really sorry. Yasir, hello. Stephen Croft, I was scrolling backwards, wasn't I? Griffin, hi. I got distracted by Mr. Watts. Does it to me every time. Neradoc, hello. He's just a distracting kind of guy. No, that doesn't sound like a compliment. That was supposed to be a compliment. That didn't sound like a compliment. Hey Colin. Hey James. So, I don't know if I want to tackle that question, Julian. Some very strong opinions about it. Dave Duck, is there time in your future for fun planned? What's your favourite distraction from all this? There is no fun planned in my future. There is no distraction from this. This is all consuming 7 days a week. So I mentioned before that I want to bring on help this year. I'm going to actively start looking for someone to come in or someone to help me on the firmware side of things. So there you go. You heard it first here. Well, I mentioned it before, but I'm actively starting to look now for someone to help me with. It's such a broad set of disciplines, right, that I need to cover that, unless I can find another all-rounder, and it's very hard to find, like a really good all-rounder, and I guess an all-rounder that doesn't cost the earth, right? Not that they wouldn't deserve it, but anyway, you know what I mean? So, unless I can find a really good all-rounder, hire David. How many hours a week? I don't know. I don't have I don't know. It's about set tasks. Anyway, yeah. I think software is I've got a whole bunch of hardware that is still waiting on finishing software to leverage it better, right? Like my Reflow Master Pro, that's all waiting on software. I've already made a whole bunch of my play shields, but my V2s. But again, I don't want to ship them until there's at least some good template, like a wrapper for Arduino, a wrapper for MicroPython, and ideally a wrapper for CircuitPython, because technically we're going to find out today if my TinyS2 I know it will plug into my V2 play shield, and it should work. Obviously I've got to find drivers, and I've never really, I don't play a lot with CircuitPython, it's more MicroPython, so, that's going to be an interesting thing. Someone is 3D printing a house for the intern. No, I don't want an intern. I'm not looking for an intern. So, yeah, there's no fun planned in my future right now. There's just buried in work. Make some killer cheese toasties, but firmware. Bummer. Toasties are good. Cheese and tomato toasties. Yum. Never say no to that. So, yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't, yeah. But I'm going to need help. I need help. And then I'd also like to bring on another hardware person. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year this year. So it's going to be an interesting gamble, because I'm not generating enough income to even cover myself right now. But I can't grow, from the business side of things, right? Which is weird, because anyway. I can't grow. I'm stifled. Where can you send a CV? Yeah. Here's a call out for CVs. Really, a CV still a thing? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. James Sharman. What? If you I've got my. You all know my email address. It's sion@unexpectedmaker.com. Really, it's really not hard to work out. So yeah, send it through if you want. Honestly, if you want to. But yeah, look, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know my timing, but I know that I'm already. I could have used help months ago. So yeah. Obviously not a full-time gig right now, but it could turn into one. I don't know. Anyway. Sorry, this has been messing with my head for a while, trying to work out a way forward. What? She needs to be Aussie. What are we talking about? Can we read the CVs in the stream? No, I don't think that would be very nice. That would not be nice. Dealing with some of the stuff regarding day job and YouTube and board stuff. Yeah, it's a struggle when you got a full-time job. In my case, I need to grow. Like if I don't, at this point in time, if I don't grow, I'm gonna disappear. Wrong word. I was gonna say die. That's also the wrong word. You know what I mean? Like I can't stay where I am right now. Like, hey, so look, this is not me complaining, right? At all. So I woke up. So over the last week, I've been running out of all my stock, right? This morning I woke up and the last of everything pretty much is gone. I had a big order that came through. I basically have to now for the next like week and a half, like make everything. Like I've got, well, I think I sold my last Reflow Master this morning. I've got no TinyPICO. I've got 2 TinyPICO Micro Bs left. I've got no TinyPICO Cs left. I've got no Feather S2s left. I've got no audio shields left. I've got no display shields left. I've got no Neo 7 segments left. There's more. Like I don't know. I've lost whatever. You know what I mean? And it's a great problem to have. It honestly a great problem to have. But it means that I now have to spend a week or a week and a half restocking, and the restocking is still just going to be temporary, right? And during that time, I can't get anything else done, right? So sounds like the cheese shop. The what? Being crushed by my own success. I wouldn't call it crushed. And again, I'm not complaining. Like it's a nice problem to have, but with one person, when I'm doing like one task, everything else kind of just stops, right? So that's what and then when like, so I multitask heaps, right? Like I'm context switching all day, all the time, and it's starting to take its toll as well because I'm not spending enough dedicated time on each individual thing. A side note: David.shutdown just went live. What? He just did it? He just launched it. I know he's had a lot of okay, hang on, let's go to close some windows. Yay. I didn't even get a chance to set my touchdown up today. Oh, KiCad quit unexpectedly. That is not good. Just bear with me a moment, folks. Oh my gosh, sorry. I wasn't planning on going to that window today. Yay. So this is the touchdown. So I've got one here. So this is a classic example. So I wanted to get this ready to use it today on my stream. Like I promised Dustin last week I would. Haven't touched it. Like it's been sitting right in front of me all week, and I've had not had any time to even touch it. Like it's frustrating. I'm really spread too thin. They call it spread too thin. Yay! That is way too cheap, Dustin. Way too cheap. Pre-installed as well. Are you not charging to have it pre-installed? Up your price. Up your price. Go on, everyone. Chant with me. Up your price. Up your price. Congratulations, mate. But seriously, up your price. Yeah, we all have the same discussion with each other. I should up my prices. Right? And Brian should up his prices. So everyone's saying it. Up your price. Up your price, Dustin. At least swap the 5 and the 4 around. Or at least charge $5 to put the software on. Come on. That's really cool. It's a really nice bit of hardware, folks. It's really nicely built. Nice photos. For those that don't know what this is, it's like a touch deck, right? So it's a touch screen, capacitive touch screen, ESP32 that you can set up as a HID device. So like for OBS, I can just, click different buttons and it does switching and stuff, but you can program it to do anything. And so Dustin's not only written all the firmware for it, but he's also written a backend that you can, via the web, that you can just set it all up and basically, make it a HID device for your computer to control anything. Did Johnny get number 2? I don't know which number I got. I doubt it was single figures. Oh well. At least now the stock supply is limited, not by the pick and place machine. That is true, Helmut, but it also, anyway. It's going to be a fun day onwards. I have to friendly read up on some more house stuff before bed. Catch you later, David. Good luck for tomorrow. Fingers crossed for you. I'm not going to show you my toes crossed, but they're crossed right now. Okay, so, yeah. Yep, okay. I've moved my work where exactly is the bottleneck? You talking about, what do you mean? The bottleneck. Hey, Jonathan, Staples Raspberry should up the price of the Pico so they stay in stock. Yep, staying out of that conversation as well. The bottleneck's on top of the bottle. That's very funny. You asking me where my bottleneck is? How many of the matrixes? How many of the... Oh, how many of yours? Well, okay. Yeah, I've got 2. Like, I need to make more. That's right. So I'm also out of... So I released Alex's LOL RGB matrix. Yay. When did I do that? Yesterday? Was it the day before? I can't remember. Wow. I'm really struggling with working out how to use my computer today. So, yay. So that's Alex's LOL RGB matrix board. I don't know. I think I've got 2 left. I'll have to look. But, I mean, I can make more. I have to make more, right? But that's another board I need to make more of. Yeah, it's just ongoing. So it was yesterday. See, I've lost track of time. I can't even remember any. It's one big blur. It's one big blur. I'm pretty sure I've only got 2 left. But I mean, I can make more, right? But that's the thing. So it's not like I'm going to sit down and make 1,000 more of them. Like I'm not. I only do short runs. I should up the price. I'm doing these just above cost. So the problem with these boards is the LEDs are expensive, right? And there's 70 of them. No complaints. I mean, you need that many to make a nice matrix, right? But I'm not even covering my cost on making these, right? I mean, I had a chat with Alex about it, about lifting the price on it. I don't want to. I want to make them accessible. I would have preferred to make them a bit cheaper. But it is what it is. But yeah, so like I'll go and make another 30 of them. I've only got enough parts to make, I think, another 45. So I'm doing short runs of things. I'll make 100 TinyPICO USB-C and 100 TinyPICO, micro B, right? And they'll last however long they last, and I go through the same cycle again and again and again, up my price. I think that's the right price for that board. So that's okay. But yeah, up my price. Yeah. No, that's okay. I'm doing these for Alex so other people can get to have his board and play with his board. Sell as a kit. No, they're 1.5 by 1.5 millimeter RGB LEDs. You don't want to be. How are you going to kit them? You need a stencil. Like only Alex is crazy enough to. Hang on. Only Alex is crazy enough to solder these. Switch camera. Like seriously, like that's my finger. Like, how are you gonna solder those in the kit? And I don't want to kit them up. Like, that'd be a real pain kitting them up. Kitting them up takes time. Fred would give it a go. So these are the 1515. What are they? The EC something or other. Oh, I can't remember the model number. They're like an SK6812, but they're called, I think, an SK68, I think 15 EC something 6805 EC15. Thank you. So yeah, they're really small, and the pads are under. You can't get to them with an iron. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can't get to those with an iron. The pads are underneath, so you'd have to paste in hot air. Yeah, that's pretty tight. A couple of little caps and resistors and a little FET for level shifting. They are small, but I would love to find some 1mm by 1mm ones. So yeah, I need to buy these LEDs on reels of 5,000 at a time. So it's a big investment to keep reels of them in stock. But yeah, they're a beautiful board, and that they look great. Hang on. I showed it last week, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I showed it last week. I think I've got audio on here. Wait, okay, where's my cables? I'm pretty sure I've got the software on here will not display anything right now, but let me just reflash it. Yeah, the prototype was hard to solder, replacing broken ones in the middle. That's the thing, like if you make a mess on it, right, and if you're trying to hand assemble it, and then if you've got any damaged ones in the middle, it's really easy to damage ones around it when you're trying to replace it. Why didn't that work? Ooh. That's a bad idea. 1,000 on a reel. What? Only gets 70 units. Exactly, right? And I don't want to make 70 at a time. I mean, no offense, but I don't want to have all those LEDs and all those parts tied up in boards that might take 3 months to sell, when I'm also going to be using these LEDs now on my TinyS2. I'm moving away from the APA on these ones, so I'm using the same LED over here. And so I can't run out of the LEDs because I need them for this, for production for these. So yeah, it's a balancing act, right? It's about, you know, I don't have unlimited funds, so I need to not tie up all of my stuff in stock, if that makes sense. Just invest in a die bond, and you can a die bonder, make my own, just something similar to the same LEDs at a high density. Let's open that up, new window. Yeah, that was for the feather one, right? So this is Alex's feather version of it. I mean, look at that. Look at the amount of LEDs. It's insane. We don't want to discuss the power draw on that, do we? Hey, Photochromax. Having stock is a debt. It is a debt. And it eventually sells, but still, it's tying up all my working capital. So that's a bit of a hassle. This should work. Here we go. yeah, I mean, I think that's only 30%. I'm just going to turn it down. Oh, other way. They're really nice, beautiful LED, displays. Super close pixel density. Anyway, so I guess I'm making more of these today as well, or whenever, starting today. High PCM. What's PCM? Is your Mac powering this? My Mac was powering that, yes. There's only a single color being turned on, and obviously not all of the LEDs were being turned on at once. So I'm pointing at it, but I've got the wrong camera on. That was clever. Should leave that out because, yeah, okay. Don't turn on the brightness or mod overload. No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you look at that picture, I don't know what brightness. Alex has got that, but that's also running off USB. So that's coming through the USB. Yeah, they're really nice. They're a nice display. Well done, Alex. They really are. I just wish the LEDs weren't so expensive. Am I still doing game dev? I just haven't got rid of cleaned up my bookmarks ever. No, I'm not doing game dev ever again. Ever again. Okay, so I've set up another camera. Well, I've moved a camera because my camera in front of the printer is gone for the moment. So I've set up. Dun dun dun. So you can see me soldering headers, because yay, soldering headers is fun. Let's get some headers on this TinyS2 board so we can plug it into things. I assume everyone knows what my TinyS2 board is. I don't have to explain it, do I? Now, oh, that's interesting. Should I actually put longer for TX and RX? Let me just do this over here just for a moment. Crowcam. So, unlike my TinyPICO, the TinyS2 has 3 extra pins on it. It's got IO0 broken out, TX and RX, and that is so you can connect an external serial to UART adapter, because the native USB inside the S2 that pumps through the USB doesn't have UART 0 out, which means you can't see any of the IDF stuff, right? And so it was really important to have those pins broken out. So it's still the same form factor as my regular TinyPICO. It's just got some extra pins, so it's pin compatible. But I don't have any 11 pin headers, and I do have some 12 pin headers. I'm not gonna. Oh, I should just solder on. I should just make some. Okay, forget it. I was gonna just leave those pins not soldered, but I should just solder them on. That way I can test everything. So I will do that now. So what do I need? I need where's my cutters? Okay. Maybe you used it to save pin headers. What? What have I done? So what have I missed in the chat? PCM is short for my name. Oh, Photochromax. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. So let me just make some headers. Okay, it's one set. Now we need an 11. 11. And I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, cool. So I might as well just put all the headers on properly. Okay, let's get these soldered. Now, if I had my touchdown working, I could just push a button, but now I need to go and find the thing. Okay, didn't turn my iron on, that was silly. Okay, apparently I'm live streaming. Shh, don't tell me. Right, that's funny, Cable Tie. I've thought about that quite a lot, actually. Like, you get smaller and smaller LEDs, eventually you're just making a screen, right? Hope I didn't miss anyone's questions or anything. So back to the wanting to get someone to help with firmware, or coding in general. So not just firmware and examples and whatever. Ideally, I'm looking for someone that can do Arduino and Python. So MicroPython / CircuitPython / yeah, right. So just putting it out there. That's going to be my main requirement, because I try to make everything I do be equally supported on both. Now, I do not have my... Interesting, why is that bent? Bent my breadboard? No way. I don't have my frame extraction on right now, obviously. These are two different types of headers. One side's got longer pins on top than the other. That's okay. I'll survive. Worry about melting the breadboard when you solder and all that. Do I worry about it? I don't touch the pin for very long, and no, I've got quite a few of these. They're cheap. Like, I really don't do a lot of breadboarding on the little ones. And they're pretty crap anyway. So, no, I'm okay with it. I'd rather get straighter pins. I'd normally pull it out by now, though, and do the rest of it not in, but I don't know why I didn't do that. But as you can see, I'm not touching the pins for very long. Sorry, Paul. Yeah. I mean, I've got it here. It's noisy. Well, it's not as noisy as my last one, but I remember people complaining. Everyone cover your assistants. Yeah, you know what I mean? Alexa, turn on Save My Life. I mean, it's a little noisy, but it will save my life. Can everyone see this? Can you see the fumes going in? I can't see. Hang on. No, you might not be able to see that on camera. It's pretty cool. It's very powerful. Alexa, turn off Save My Life. What a waste of good smoke. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. We now have straight pins. Yay. Okay, turn the iron off. Alexa, give me a pay rise. That's really funny. Or pay me something. Okay, so that's not the camera I wanted. Now this is going to be fun. So I don't have any. I mean, there's CircuitPython on here, but I mean that obviously fits in here. It just has some overhanging pins, which is fine. So I guess the first thing we should do is get a NeoPixel library and see if we can make these go all nice. Now I could either do it in Arduino land, or I can do it in CircuitPython, and my CircuitPython skills are very low. You gave up smoking today. Congratulations. Well done. Seriously, well done. Good on you. Arduino land. Okay, that means I'm going to have to switch. I'm going to have to... Oh, I've not even set up my board. We should do that. Should we do some Arduino hacking? We should do some Arduino hacking. Okay. I'm just preparing some stuff. Okay. I have to hide some things. Hide some secret things. Okay. Terminal window. So I need to go into Dropbox, Arduino, hardware. Can everyone see that? Make it a bit bigger. Hardware. What have we got? Expressive. Okay, so git status. Where are we? Ooh, okay. Don't know why I did that. I'm on master. I need to switch branches. Check out 32S2 beta. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. Git checkout. Oh, what is it called? Anyone remember what the branch is called? I might just do it in here, in Smart Git. Oh, just ESP32S2. There's no beta. Look at changes in the following files have you ever written. Sorry, I'm doing half in my command line and half in here. What does -A do? I don't know how to use the Git command line. I'm trying to teach myself how to use it and not rely on using Smart Git. This is Smart Git. It's really cool. It's a great app, but yeah, do a git pull. I don't even know if I'm updated or not. Up to date. Yeah, they've done no change. No, they've done nothing. Anyway, okay, so now I need to cd esp idf. What? Oh, cd tools. God, there's so many different things I need to do. Python. Is it get? Right, because I'm switching, I need to grab all of make sure I've got the correct compilers and tool chains. Fish is nice with salad and wine. I'm not a huge fish fan. I'm eating more of it than I used to. Okay, so now so my Arduino now should be, so this is some example code which I've got on GitHub for the matrix. So it's using Tom Thumb, which is a small font, because obviously the display itself is only 5 LEDs high. So the normal size font won't work, and then it also needs to have an offset the cursor 5 due to the different position of 0 in Tom Thumb. So I should now be able to, I don't know if you'll be able to see my board list. Okay, that did not. switch. Oh, I might need to restart Arduino. Okay. Let me restart. I'm turning on the espresso machine. Unfortunately, it's not Google enabled. Oh, Kel asked me what I'm using for shell. I'm using, what's it called? I'll tell you in a second. If I can find it. No. One moment and I'll tell you. I can't remember the name of it. But it should be... Oh, Presto. Presto. Prezto. No, not Oh My. It's called Presto. This guy. Okay, why's my Arduino ID not starting up again? Okay, so love how it does that. Shrinky, shrinky. And did not do that. Tools. Here we go. Somebody's just going to tell it it's a FeatherS2 for the moment. I need to set up a board definition for it, which I haven't done yet. I need to plug it in. So I do have CircuitPython on here right now, as you can see, and I've got, oh no, you can't see. There we go, which has got some nice cycling RGB LED stuff. So I need to put this in download mode. Got the two buttons on there, and now I should see the board. Here we go, and I should be able to flash it, but I don't know, I've never tried. This is the first time. First time using my TinyS2 in Arduino land. Does the ESP32 require a resistor to run the LED directly from an I/O pin? Not really. I mean, I put, like, on my Neo 7 segments and everywhere I've stuck an LED, stuck a resistor. But I don't know if there's actually one on here. But it's going through the level shifting, so no, should be fine. Okay, the no reset thing, that's okay. So I should be able to go reset. And hopefully no. Well, that doesn't look good. Have to change my port. It's not coming up. Did not like being flashed. Right, so there you go. I pins are 3.3 volts, so okay, so this is exactly why I have all those I/O broken out, because now I can grab this. Except I've got to work out which pin is which again. So I can't see. I need more light. I need my other glasses. I need to plug in the external UART and find out what's going on. Okay, blue is ground. And help, I kept the same colours. TX. Orange is TX. Actually, I might just pull it out. Might be easier. Okay, ground. TX and RX. Okay, and USB cable. Okay, so now I can switch my glasses back. Let's do some hunting and find out what is going on. So, screen /dev tty.sl lab 115200. We should see, there we go, it's boot looping. It's boot looping. If I do a reset. Whoa, does not like that. Okay, I wonder why that is. Maybe it's something to do with PS. It doesn't like the PS. So I don't even know if this chip will work in the Arduino IDE yet, because it's not even out, right? It could be that the PSRAM is enabled. Maybe we disable it. Oh, right. That won't. That'll be a problem. The RAM, 16 meg of RAM. 16 meg of flash. Yeah, that won't work. So it's 4 meg of flash. Okay. As I said, I didn't set up a board definition yet. So, okay, I'm resetting that. That could have been my silly mistake. That'd be embarrassing. Okay. Okay, let's go back again. Port. Why is it not there? It's not coming up. Boot. Reset. Let go. Waiting for download. Okay. Try it again. There we go. It's found it. Okay, let's flash it again. We'll see what happens. We should see what's happening in the background here as well. Yeah, 16 mega flash on a 4 mega flash. Uh-oh. I'm putting Fred to sleep. Okay, writing. Do a reset. Oh, still got a kernel panic. Guru meditation error. Okay, well that's not good. We should have stuck in CircuitPython. Okay, let's turn off the PSRAM. Let's check it again. I think I might have had the flash size still wrong. Wow. Someone shoot me. Hey, Mike. I miss Guru Meditation, yeah. Oh, I've got an Amiga out in the garage. I can go get it and crash it if you want, so everyone can witness the guru meditation error. Oh. Okay. Third time's a charm. Reset. Oops. Nope, still a guru meditation error. Wow, it's doing a panic dump. As I said, I don't know if Arduino ID will even work with this chip right now. So, flash size 4 megabytes. Partition scheme 4 megabytes with spiffs. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working. I don't know what this crash dump is. Do I have the exception decoder? Interrupt handler. Clockless RMT. Okay, it's something to do with the RMT implementation. Interesting. So obviously there's something different about the RMT peripheral between the different ESP32s. So it's fast LED that's dying. Well, there you go. Okay, well, that's annoying. I wonder though if I can get my buzzer working. Oops, let's see if I can at least get something running. You never got it working with the ESP32S2? Interesting. Okay. Thanks, Bruce. I've not looked. I didn't even know. Like, I haven't. Okay, let's see if this is doing anything. If I unplug that, I'll plug this back in. Let me go get an audio board. See if we can at least put some PWM sound out of it. Nope. Wow. Board is not available. Okay, well, need to do a lot more work on the Arduino side for this, it looks like. Catcher, Andy Mouse. The problem is that this code's actually designed to restart. So I might turn that off. Okay, one more time. If that doesn't work, well, there you go. That ends our adventure today, and I'm gonna have to have a chat with the Espresso folks and find out what's happening with support for this particular chip. Right, okay, no, that's running, so... But why is no audio coming out? That's the interesting bit, because there should be. Because it's the same. Right, I know why. Because I'm an idiot. Yes? Who's an idiot? Everyone? So, 25 is not the DAC on the S2. Ah! Is it? Why didn't anyone tell me? Oh boy. You guys. You're supposed to be on top of this stuff. Just kidding. Where's my... Right. So, the DAC. The DAC is... $17. It's the same as the Feather S2. 17. So if I do that, maybe that'll work. PEBCAC? What? What's PEBCAC? $25 is the butter diode serial number. Okay, will this work? We're going to get any sound now. Nope. 17, 16, 25, 26. Have I got the pins the wrong way around? Maybe it was 18. I haven't done a pinout card yet for the S2, for the TinyS2. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. Oh! Oh, it does not like that. There is sound. There's clicking sound. That's not what it should sound like. At all. So, yeah, okay. Could you guys hear the clicking? Now let me get it closer. Oh, so much stuff on my desk. Clickety click. So it's just doing tone and no tone, which is just PWM. So that's weird. Like this is my own tone and no tone that I re-implemented. It's under the TinyPICO stuff, but it's still just ESP32 stuff. Yeah, you have to put it, the first time you have to put it into bootloader mode, into download mode, but once you've flashed it with the Arduino IDE the first time, then you don't have to do that anymore. The board comes up, like in this case, it recognizes it as a Feather S2, right? You can see here. But yeah, I need to make one for TinyS2. Put in my hand like you do. Clicking means 0 or 1 instead of 0 and 1024. No, it should be the same. Just hold on a moment. Dropbox, Arduino, libraries, TinyPICO helper, open with Visual Studio Code. Ooh. Anything bad on there? Sorry, hiding stuff. Hiding. Okay. So tone and no tone is just doing the standard LED C setup stuff. So I wonder if there's an issue with the channels, maybe, or the resolution. I don't know. Hey Gary, awesome. It's the Australian national anthem. That's really funny. No, this is just the standard. This is standard ESP32 stuff here, right? So this is just using analog out, but there's no analog out on the ESP32, not in Arduino land equivalent. So it uses this stuff here. Dustin, what's the music of your touch stick? Sale announcement is way louder than seen on the stream. I gotta watch the video. I haven't watched the video yet. Well, what I can do is copy that and we need to copy the, what else do I need? Where is this? What? Oh, that'll be in the header file. Of course. Okay. All I need, I think, so this way we can at least play around with the different things. So pin, frequency, just make sure that does the same clicking. Cool, thanks Michael. Okay, so make sure this continues to click, clickety click. Even louder now. So maybe it doesn't like the resolution. This reminds me I can't even see my OBS. So maybe it doesn't like the resolution, but if I go to examples, ESP analog out, like this is just their code. So right, 12 kilohertz, 8-bit resolution. I mean, there's nothing. This is my test code. This is how I test my audio shields, right? It's not supposed to do anything fancy. Like if I just tell it to play, if I get rid of the loop, tell it not to do anything, and just get it to play a tell it to do that. Nothing should else be using the DAC pin. But then again, it's I don't know what the S2 is doing. And as we know, error opening port. What? It's gone away. Yep, the USB port's gone. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm going to give up on this in a moment. Just going to put it back into dev mode. Flash it. Yeah, so that's a single frequency. So clearly there is a lot in the S2 branch of the Arduino IDE that needs to be fixed. Is it okay? Let's have a look. Let me go grab a regular TinyPICO, which did have my audio code on it, but now doesn't. Let me undo all these changes. TinyPICO. Like, I wonder if it's the branch. It's quite possible it's the branch. Okay, it's flashing. I think that's working. Yeah, okay. So the point with the Arduino stuff is it's supposed to be a direct, just works. That's the plan for the S2. Anything that, no, don't go yay. That was off the TinyPICO. That was not off the S2. So, yeah, it's supposed to just be anything that works on the ESP32 works on the ESP32 S2. It's not the Imperial March, no. So that's going to make it really hard to see if this works with my play shield and stuff when I can't get it to do anything. It's really disappointing that the Arduino support is so far behind. Like the last commit, like I know why. Like I've already spoken to Espressive about it. I mean they're all hands on deck for the S3 and the C3 right now in IDF land, right? And they're about to put more resources back onto Arduino stuff. So like it's going to happen soon. It's just that they're right now their focus is IDF for the C3, which is a brand new stuff because it's all RISC-V, and the S3, which has got brand new hardware in it that they've never had before, right? So, but I mean, yeah, the last commit was November last year. So yeah, it's really far behind. Well, it's Chinese New Year at the moment, but I don't know how long their break is. But yeah, like it doesn't matter because there's been no commits in the ESP32 S2 branch since November. They are working on the master branch though. Have they done RC3 yet? Would I just lose my thing? I know that they were trying to get 1.05 out the door. Let's just switch branches. Just go check out master. Right, RC7 yesterday. Wow, 7 release candidates. So, you know, there's stuff happening Because, I mean, 1.05 has been due to come out for so long. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that ends that little journey. Oops. That's a little disappointing. And quite unexpected. No, this is just for standard Arduino. This is for standard ESP32, not S2 Arduino support. You know, their normal stuff, which is currently 1.04. Well, 1.0, I mean, I don't know when 1.04 came out. I can't remember. A million years ago? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Hang on. I don't, like, honestly, 1.04 came out. There we go. Came out 2nd of October 2019. 1.04 came out. 1.05. It's now 2021. That's a really long time. Hey, hello, Mallow. So have you sold out, Dustin? Or your touch tech's gone? It said you had 6 left. How many left? Did it say it? Yeah, only 6 left in stock. Order now. Out of stock. And you didn't up your price. Up your price now. Do it, do it. Hey, John. John, I'll sell you mine for like 150 bucks. It's even got a case. He sold out an hour ago. I wasn't watching. Sorry. Scalper, yeah. That went a bit too quick. You're going to have to stop hand assembling them and start getting them manufactured, maybe. I told you it was too cheap. When they go that quickly, it's too cheap. Way too cheap. How long does it take you to build one? You don't have to share. It's okay. That's fine. I'll talk to you offline later. Well done, though. Well done, mate. Really good. Johnny's selling his number 2. His number 2 for $10,000. Are you dipping it in gold? Wow. You're not going to dip it in gold, are you? So what else can I tell you? I've got some exciting stuff I've been working on. Seriously, but I'm not sharing it yet. My patrons know all about it. I've been sharing the journey with my patrons. Sorry, I don't mean to segregate the information, but it's very cool, very cool. I'm not ready to spill it yet to the world. Soon, but not yet. I bought a new printer, 3D printer. I got myself another Prusa with the, John's going to freak out, with the MMU, the multi-material, MMU2. Show my KiCad progress since last week. I can't show it unless I give away what I'm working on. Hey Simon, by the way, and hi to anyone I haven't said hi to. I don't want to give away what I'm working on yet on that, but I'm working on it. I'm making a product in it, a board, a design in it, from start to finish, and it's getting a little, it's weird. It's I'm persevering. I've already had one bug fixed by the KiCad team, dev team, and I've also had one feature added by the KiCad team. Is yours the MMU2 or just the MMU, the first one? Look, there are a lot of people that say the MMU2 also has some issues. I don't know, but yours is the 2. So what's wrong with yours? Or, I mean, they've changed the revision, I think, of it a bit. I don't know. I need to be able to do multi. I want to be able to do multicolored prints. I've got a requirement for it now for something. I need to do 2 different filaments at the same time. If you'd lost what to do for the rest of the stream, you can help clear up Paul's office. Sure, I'll be there in a moment. I'll just jump on a plane. Oh no! By the way, we're in lockdown again. Stage 4 lockdown. For those that don't know, in Victoria. So Friday afternoon, we get everyone gets told Victoria. By the way, instant stage or midnight stage 4 lockdown. It's a hard learning curve, is it? Okay, I'm the tuner here, trying to get the feed pressure right on the rollers, having the filaments stop at the right place. Oh, don't tell me all that. So the MMU comes as a kit. I would have preferred it came pre-assembled. But my printer I'm getting pre-assembled. I built my last one. I'm not building it again. Welcome to Lockdown Club. Yeah, we might be going out of lockdown midnight tonight or going back to stage 3. I don't know. This is all because we have the UK strain here now. Yay. Yeah. It's a pain. It doesn't really affect me that much because I'm here all the time anyway. But yeah, the kids are homeschooling again. That's not great. That's really not great. For Yaz and my sanity, that's not great. What was I saying? What's the difference from stage 3? Stage 4 is mandatory masks outside unless you're exercising. So like when I walk up the road to go to the post office, I have to wear a mask outside, which is annoying when it's hot. I think stage 3 I don't have to. Question for me, unexpected maker. Yeah, sure, go. Yeah, and who said the UK doesn't export anything? I don't think the UK can actually ship anything to Australia right now other than the virus, which is pretty funny. Maybe try the board with CircuitPython. Yeah, I'd have to reflash CircuitPython back on there again, which there's no official support. So I would have to redo... Yeah, I don't know if I can do that on stream now. I have to... I've got my own custom UF2 bootloader and my own custom firmware, UF2 firmware. So yeah, they're a pain to get going. So maybe I won't now, not on the stream. Messing with the kids' schedule is not good for my kids, and then not good for our own sanity. Yeah, it's just like normal life. I agree, John. Like for me as well, but not for Yaz and not for the kids. Chris is not really here today. Okay, I won't say anything, Chris. Your kids' school is actually doing anything. Al said on Monday that they aren't open and won't be doing classes. No, we're homeschool, absolutely. I mean, Ollie's in year 7. She's high school. She spends a whole day in front of the computer, like online in class. Yeah, absolutely. Flynn, they're being flexible with, he's got some school work to do, not a whole day. What's your question, Ray? Oh, there you go. On 3D printers, the ones Aldi was selling in Oz. Yeah, they were the Cocoon, were they? Whatever. I can't remember which one they were selling in Oz. It could have been the Creality Cocoon. Was it a Creality? I think so. CV22.8, 19/VAT. That's really funny. Apparently Parcel Force have stopped trying to export and are just putting packages into storage. Really? Wow. Health shit and health shit. Bummer, Chris. I hope you your health improves, and I hope your house doesn't turn to shit. No, I don't know. No. I hope things get better for you. Were they any good? Yeah, I think Angus from Maker's Muse said they weren't too bad. So the reason I got another Prusa, like I was umming. I had an Ender 3 V2 in my shopping cart. Almost bought it twice. Actually, I actually went to buy it and then cancelled the PayPal purchase on it. I want the same, like 2 of the same printers. Like I want to be able to just print. I don't want to have to manage multiple versions of my sliced files and stuff like that, right? I don't want to have to, whenever I make a change, re-export it and slice it for 2 different printers. I want just things interchangeable. And I also didn't realize that I thought the Ender V3 was the same print size as mine, but it's not. It's a bit narrower. And so, like for instance, I can't print my my Whopper cases on the end of 3, which kind of defeats the purpose. Right, for the consistency in tools, and it gives me a fallback, right? Like my printer has, look, it's not great now because it's like I've just printed so much stuff on it. Like it's been a workhorse, right? I've really pumped out a lot of stuff, and you know I'm having some leveling issues, and it's making quite a few noises that I can't track down. You know that this is like it's just, I'm not saying it's on its last legs, but having a new one, and one that's built by them, not by me, so I can eliminate any bad kit build from the process. So this will be my fallback printer. The new one I've got, so this has obviously got all the orange bits to it. You can see there. And my new one coming is all in black. And that'll become my daily driver, and then that will be my backup. My backup, and also when I need to print lots of stuff, print stuff on it. But I'm having trouble printing edge to edge on that, have for a while, and I've constantly been re-leveling. I did that, the lock nut, the nylock nut hack on it for leveling, and I got it a little bit better, but it's not perfect. But it's making some noises and stuff, and it probably needs to be pulled apart, completely cleaned, and put back together again. I don't know. You're in the States, aren't you, Chris? Yeah, healthcare. Don't buy a printer from Charm High. No. How's the component reel project going? Next question. It's going awesome. Really awesome. But not ready to share to the public yet. It's going very different. Very cool. Very cool. You know that in case one of your Prusa with MM2, you will not be able to interchange G-code with printer without MM2 so easily. Oh, really? That's interesting. I did not know that. So the even for a single color, the sliced file has to be sliced with a different profile, does it? I mean, that's kind of okay because that's only going to be going to one printer. Like I'll be running, I know it's possible to run 2 printers with one octoprint, but I'm just going to run 2 Pis, 2 different octoprints. So that's okay. They'll have the right slice stuff on each. But I'm talking about tuning the slices. Like I don't want to have to, you know, tweak filament settings for different printers and then tweak printer settings or whatever. Like I don't mind having an MMU version and a non-MMU version. That's okay. It comes down to like tweaking the filament settings and stuff because the bed is different temperature or blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's okay. I don't mind doing that. But I didn't know that, so that is interesting. You don't have to break down and buy a 3D printer, only if you need one or you want one. Only select a different profile. Yeah, that part, that's easy. That's okay. Like I wonder if I could probably spin up 2 Prusa slicer versions that are pre-set. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, that's fine. So you will need some help on Prusa MMU. You can reach me on Discord. Thanks, Simon. Thanks. I mean, the good news is there's stacks of videos out there about it because there's stacks of people that have been having either issues or not issues. I'm hoping it'll be okay, like reliable enough. I don't know. So the good news is the reason I ended up going for a new Prusa is because, or one of the reasons, it was 5 to 6 weeks on the waiting list and it dropped to 3. And so I thought, you know, like 5 to 6 weeks is a long time to wait. I've got a need right now to do multicolor. But it dropped to 3 weeks, although the MMU's 4 weeks. So I have to wait 4 weeks before they'll both ship. But that's better than 6 weeks. Yeah, it's the multi-material switcher. Lets you load up 5 different filaments at the same time. And does the switching between them and the cutting off and the detection or whatever. It looks quite clever, but I could see how it would need to be tuned perfectly. Yeah, absolutely, I could see that. And for me right now, it's only 2 different colors I need, or 2 different filaments I need to be switching between for my immediate requirement. So, yeah. I mean, it's clever the way they've done it, I think, and they're able to do it because of the fact that they obviously design the printer and they have full control of the firmware and everything else. But yeah, it's quite clever. I don't know, like if I have problems with it, I don't know if I'm going to have the patience to not break it, but we'll see. Wow, I feel like now. I was actually excited to see if I could get my TinyS2 running on my new V2 Play Shield today. I really was. But, oh well. Spool join MMU is a great feature with one color prints. Yeah, be able to use up ends of filament. Yeah, like I throw out a lot of ends of filament because it's not enough for me to do a complete print job with. So it's not worth me keeping on the thing. But yeah, that would be nice. The mosaic pellet, actually, it looks quite good. Bit too pricey. And it's Bowden, isn't it? Right, so that's my problem at the moment, Jonathan, is I'm now spending too much time maintaining my printer to get decent prints out of it. Like every 3 or 4 days I have to bed level and recheck things and tweak things and whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's becoming cumbersome. I can't, like I used to be able to just start a print and walk away, like, you know, a 12-hour print, walk away, and it would come back and be perfect every time. Like I can't even walk away from a 2-hour print now. So yeah, the results from I think the mosaic palette potentially are better, the way they do the mixing of them and stuff, but it's expensive, right? And it interfaces with technically any printer, but you have to convert it to a Bowden system instead of direct drive. So the feature, I had an issue in KiCad where I wanted to. So there was a bug in KiCad where if you select a wire in schematic view that was sitting on top of a symbol, it would select the symbol, not the wire. So I was trying to change a whole bunch of wires to be specific colors, and I would be shift clicking and it would be not clicking it would not be selecting the right thing. And that was, it seems apparently that was like a bug that was introduced a couple of updates, a couple of commits ago. So they fixed that, they found that, and they fixed that for me straight away, which is great. Because there's nothing worse than, you know, you've shift clicked 7 different wires, and on the 8th one you clicked something that you didn't want, and then you go to unclick that particular one, but sometimes it unclicks, like you lose it all, the whole selection. It was getting really tiresome. So the feature request I had was, like, the problem is if you go and multi-select all the wires to change the color, you can't, because you hit E and it won't let you do it because it also selects the joints. And a joint and a wire are 2 different entity types, and so you can't change the color. So they've added in the, what's it called? Change, I can't remember what that drop down is, where you can go and change attributes of stuff. Change graphics, something, whatever. They've added the ability to change color wire color in there. So, so I can just grab a whole bunch and then tell it to only change the wires and pick what color it is, which is really nice. And I was told that they only added it because it was a really easy extension to what they had in there already. Like don't get what was it? I can't remember exactly what I was told, but you know, I don't think you're going to get your features in all the time type thing. But it was pretty good. They were really responsive. I was chatting with one of the devs directly. Yeah, but you can't turn the junction on and off. Yeah, the support's been great. Like, really. I mean, and yeah, I mean, the whole team, they're a very small team of people. You know, like they watched my video, my stream, right? They you know, they don't necessarily disagree with my comments about UI and stuff, but you know, they're a small team. They don't have a lot of, even though they've got a dedicated UI person, a UX person, the fact is that they have choice between adding features that are needed, expanding or fixing and improving existing features that allow you to make awesome PCBs, and you know, or put all of their effort into redesigning all their UI and stuff, which is a massive amount of work and means that feature set on the software stops. And you know, they have a choice. They can't pick both. They've got to pick one or the other, and it makes sense that they pick features over UI, you know, consistency and stuff. But they were aware of it, you know. You know what I mean? Like, there was no, like, they didn't offer any excuses to me as to why it was the way it was, other than we know, but you know, improve KiCad, improve the UI. You know, that's it. They've got to choose one or the other. I don't know. I'm struggling with it. Just, you know, the muscle memory, right? And so, like, you know, I'm used to laying a trace, like a wire, a trace down in the schematic, like in the board view, and then hitting spacebar to switch layers, right? I mean, it's V in KiCad, which kind of makes sense. It's a wire, right? But I can't tell you how many times I'm hitting space still. Like, it's you know what I mean? It's going to take time for me to get fast in it. But I've got a board that I'm working on. It's a challenge. I picked a really challenging board from a routing point of view to do. So it'll be interesting. And my biggest concern with KiCad is not knowing if what I'm making is going to be correct. Like, if it'll pass manufacturing. Does that make sense? Like, you know. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get there. I will show it, obviously, once I'm ready to show it. I don't want to give it away yet. So I'll tell you what it is, but I'm not going to show you yet. It's my reinvention of my TinyDigit. Remember I said to you I was redoing my TinyDigit? So, yeah, it's that. Yeah, I don't want to change the shortcut keys and stuff. I want to learn KiCad as it's supposed to be, other than the mouse zoom thing. I want to learn it as it's supposed to be, right? Rather than me make it work like I'm used to, which then makes it foreign, KiCad. Right, well, it is what DRC is for if you're confident that your DRC is set up correctly. And I'm not in KiCad because I'm, you know, like, I thought I had my DRC set up correctly, my spacing and everything else working properly. And I couldn't get my traces close enough together. And it made no sense to me because it said that the space difference, like the minimum space, was 0. And I couldn't get them together. And then in a different place, I found another setting that was controlling the spacing. And, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if the settings that I think I'm seeing, which I think I want, are the settings that it's using. Because, does that make sense? Yeah, I need to just learn where everything is. And I will. I'll get there. So, yeah. Redoing this in KiCad, and it's going to be different. How? Well, how so? You'll see soon. One day. I've got all the components here for it, but I need to get the boards done. Why are we moving the extruder, not the part? CNC machine knows the problem well. Well, we're moving. Well, on the Prusa, we're moving both. We're moving the part one axis. We're moving the head the other axis. So the main reason I would say, Chris, is because no one wants a 3D printer the size of a CNC machine just to print something this small, right? It's one thing to move the bed back and forth this way, but if it has to go this way as well, how big does your printer have to be to print one small thing? And then you don't want the bed going up and down for printing. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know. I think that the amount of, little tiniest increment movement that a 3D printer does is very different to a CNC. I think it's a different problem to solve. Yeah. It's going to have it by manufacturability independent of electrical. Yeah, I'm not even talking about electrical, dare I say. I'm talking about manufacturing, like knowing that, like I need to use very thin traces, like almost the minimum that JLC can use, and I need to use very thin separation between traces. And like I've had all of that tuned in Eagle for so long now that I never have to think about anything. I always know when I'm on a 2-layer board, I've got perfect settings, and if I want a 4-layer board, I've got perfect settings, and I'm still finding my way in KiCad. Like, it's been a week. It's not like I spend all day in it. So yeah, I'm actually spending very little time in it, but that's just because I've got lots of other stuff to do. Do you switch off the courtyard errors? I don't think I did. So I had to, obviously I installed the latest version of KiCad after the stream. I went and grabbed the latest daily. And yeah, I don't know. Like I can't remember if I've gone through and changed all my settings again. I know I changed the shove routing thing, but it's still not working exactly like I want it to. Hey, Alan. And obviously changed the mouse loom. But yeah, there's a lot of settings I would need to change. I just don't know what they all are yet. One of the reasons I'm looking at leaving Eagle is because it's obviously I don't want to be doing it in Fusion, preferably. Well, I'm not leaving Eagle. I'm augmenting. I'm adding KiCad. I'm not removing Eagle. I'm not switching. I'm augmenting. I want to be using both. There's no reason not to use Eagle. I've got all my stuff in Eagle right now, and there's nothing wrong with Eagle. And it's been fine. I mean, I've made all of my stuff in Eagle. There's no reason not to use Eagle, but I want to also learn KiCad. I've been wanting to for a while. And, KiCad gives me other functionality that I don't necessarily have inside Eagle. Fusion just runs like a dog for me. Like it's an online connected app, and I'm about as far away from where their servers are as you can get. And it's slow and clunky sometimes. Like sometimes I'll go, I want to save and shut down Fusion, and it sits there for 15 minutes trying to save, right? Or I've got to, change a project directory, and I double click on something and it sits with the little spinning circle thing for like it might only be 45 seconds, I don't know, but it feels like a week when you're trying to load something and do something. It's, it might be super fast and responsive if you're in the States, but not here. I mean, I'm on the fastest NBN I can get here. And, yeah, it's just not nice. It's fine doing 3D design stuff, but I don't know. And I feel like the interface is just it just gets in your way. Closing down as much as I can, and I'm still left with a very small space to work in. I don't know. 7.7. Oh, John. John. There's some really, they like Autodesk or not, they've done massive improvements to Eagle, for sure. They really have. It's not even fast in the US? Right, okay, well there you go. So it's just from a user experience point of view, Fusion still feels clunky to me in terms of stuff. and it crashes a little bit more often than I like, and I never know if the files are saved or not properly, or where they're saved or not. You know what I mean? Like, I know it saves stuff locally, but hunting down where they always are, just and versioned and stuff, I don't know. It just, hey Jaden, hello Adelaide. Yeah, I much prefer a standalone app for that. So yeah, that's why. I'm sure it'll eventually be a fantastic tool inside Fusion, but I don't need it inside Fusion. Yeah. The software itself is great. What, Fusion? Yeah, from a 3D stuff, it is, absolutely. And it's got stacks of functionality, stuff I don't even use. Hey, Brian. Did everyone see Brian's big RGB matrix? Was it 32 by 256 that Smarter Everyday was using for their fundraiser? Did it end up crashing, Brian? I don't know. Did you stay up long after we spoke? Silence. Not once. Wow, well done. Brian was worried it was going to crash because it didn't get enough testing. Like, he got it all together and shipped it all off like days before the event. So that is fantastic. Well done. BitLooney makes his own ping pong matrix. Brian's project was using those, the ones you buy from Ali. The 64 by 32, the small ones, the panels. But he made a really, ooh, hi Yaz, coffee. Sure. If you could be bothered. Hi Yaz. I'm waving at her, but she can't. She hasn't seen it yet. Must be a 7-second delay. Okay, she's smiling. Fred just had a shower. Thank you for that. I'm glad you're clean. Did you end up getting a bigger shout out than Brian Lowe from Ireland? No delay. Just funny watching me, thanks. Yeah, you can put the milk on. Thanks. That'd be awesome. Everyone's asking for coffee. Brian, no, Brian, they call him Brian Lowe. Oh, no. No subs. Poor Brian. Everyone's here sub to Brian, right? If you don't know Brian's channel, everyone go sub to Brian. Oh, wrong one. Chat, stop moving. Why is it not letting me... What happened to the being able to see the user's channel? That's weird. No, don't unsub him. Brian, laugh. Oh, now I've got to go. Now I've got to do this. Oh, here comes Yaz. We got a visitor coming. Woo! I've got to find Brian's channel. Hi. You're not going to say hi? You're not going to wave hi?
Not right now.
Not right now?
I need to get...
Thanks. Okay. She doesn't want to say hi on video. That's okay. That's okay.
What colour coffee do you have?
The blue one, please.
Is it navy blue?
Yeah. Thanks. Wow, look at that. I'm getting coffee made. Here we go. That's Brian's channel. Let's get him to 16k subs. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like we're having a coffee break, but does anyone need a coffee break or a toilet break? She's probably having a bad hair day. No, it's not a bad hair day. It's probably just a bad lockdown day. We're all hoping today's the last day of homeschooling. And it's way worse for Yaz than it is for me. Way worse. Mike's not in full hair or makeup either. I don't have my makeup on today. I should have got my makeup on. She's dressed. Do you all need a break? Toilet break or anything? I'm annoyed. What else can I show you and talk to you about? Nope. You had a breakfast break already. What else can we do tonight? Yeah, I don't know. Too late for coffee here. We read books all night. That's okay. Reading's good. Yes, Yaz needs a break. Project ideas. So some exciting news on the MicroPython side of things. How's that real rack going? That was already asked, Chris. It's going awesome. Not sharing with the community yet. Yaz is doing an AMA apparently, everyone. That's cool. Any designs that use an external DAC? Yes, I do. I have... Oh, external DAC. No, you mean like an I2S DAC, like an amp? I do actually have something... Maybe next week. I will... That's actually a good idea. We can do that on the stream next week. Hey, Rob. Everyone remind me. Oh, you meant ADC. Yes, my I/O expander has an onboard external ADC. I am using the ADS 1015 DGSR. I had to look up on it's up on my shelf. So yes, I'm using it. That's a 12-bit 4-channel ADC. I just said it. The ADS 1015 IDGSR. And there is a high precision version of it. I'll type it in for you. ADS 1015 IDSGR. So this will do dual. This does dual simultaneous, or 4 single-ended, I believe. When will the TinyS2 be available? Well, the chips aren't even in production yet, so I don't know. They're supposed to be going into production end of this month. I've put an order in already. I don't know if I'm going to get any from the first order. Ever thought about PO Ethernet for your TinyPICO? Yes and no. So it would have to be a shield, and it would be a big shield, because let's face it, the TinyPICO is not much bigger than an Ethernet port. So, you know, no, the problem is you can't do a PoE. Well, you can do PoE, but you can't do Ethernet on a TinyPICO because it requires IO0 broken out, and the TinyPICO does not have IO0 broken out. And I just dropped one on the floor. Thanks, Mum.
I think I put the right amount of rat poison in there.
For those that didn't hear that, she just whispered, I think I put...
It wasn't a whisper.
It wasn't a whisper. I think I put the right amount of rat poison in here. Wow.
It's tasteless. I got the good brand.
Rat poison's tasteless, apparently. Oh, you did hear her say it? Wow, that's really funny. Thank you very much. All okay? Okay.
Any comments on the couch? That little couch looks nice.
No, I commented why I moved it though, but yeah.
Happy with it?
And that I won't let go of it.
Oh, what do they think about you not letting go of it? What does that mean?
No comment.
Oh.
It's not a psychological stream. So I'm just having a chat with Yaz, don't worry. That's okay, just ignore me.
If anyone's got any questions, I'll be inside. I can answer them inside.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
With the embedded flash, the new S2, do you lose or gain I/O? Neither. You don't lose or gain. So the pins that are would normally be connected are still available there. Just you don't want to use them. Well, you can use the SPI pins. You just can't use the CS pins and stuff. So yes, it's a drop-in replacement chip. Well, it seems to be there's no data sheet available for it yet. So I built this without a data sheet. I did some guessing and some assumptions, and it worked. I even asked Espressive, and I was told, we don't know. We don't have a data sheet internally either, which is pretty funny. So I took a gamble on this, which is why I got the cheapest board I could get, expecting that it wasn't going to work, but it did. Damn, looked up the ADC and it's multiplexed input for single-ended or two differential. So what's wrong with that? Yeah, multiplexed for 4, or you can do 2 differential. What do you need? What else do you need? There's also a model above that one. Yeah, rat poison. Ugh. So if IO is not broken out, well, the pins are still broken out. The pins that you would normally connect the flash and the RAM to are broken out because they're SPI pins, right? It's SPI flash, SPI RAM. It's just whatever the CS pins that they're using, and I believe that those pins are still broken out. They could be a different pin number, and I don't know because I don't have a data sheet. So the gamble did work, but maybe it won't work, right? I don't have those pins exposed on the board. So you don't have access to them anyway because, the S2 has a lot more pins than the TinyPICO form factor allows. So, you know what I mean? Like, you'll have to wait for my Pro. Well, my Pro S2 is done, but I'm not going to ship it. I'm going to keep that for my Pro S3. But, yeah, I mean, those pins aren't accessible for you anyway on the TinyPICO or the TinyS2, if that makes sense. Oh, right. I was referring to IO0 not broken on the TinyPICO regarding Ethernet, but you said you have kind of considered... Right. Well, a PoE doesn't require Ethernet. It just requires power over Ethernet. Right? Does that make sense? I mean, technically, you can power something over Ethernet without having the data transfer happening, I believe. Yeah. But no, I've not considered doing anything Ethernet with the TinyPICO. I know other people have, and and the IO0 thing would have stopped them. I don't know if David Grants is in here in the chat, but I know he was looking at it early on. But yeah, I would have had to change the TinyPICO form factor to allow for it. Right, sorry. I misunderstood, Aaron. Carry on, nothing to see here. The coffee's good, thank you. Hot, yum. I'm going to need it. Thank you very much. Don't make a habit of that. Thanks. Why is RJ45 the smallest Ethernet connector? I don't know. It's frustrating that it is. I would have thought that they could have gone for a much smaller connector by now. It's not like there aren't, high density other connectors out there. A fiber interface for networking on a TinyPICO. Yeah, well, have you seen how big a fiber interface is? Yeah. There's a move to a different type of single paired connector on industrial Ethernet now. Is there? What's the connector, John? Any idea? Like, is it a known connector type, or are they playing around with different things? Poff. That sounds cool. No Mark and Emma tonight. No, I think Mark's busy. That's okay. And Emma's probably sleeping, which is all baking. I don't know. Yes, it's a standard. I'll look it up. Cool. Thanks, John. Don't have to, but yeah, I was just curious. So if it's happening for industrial, then, it'll only take 3 decades to trickle down to consumer products. I don't mind the connectors, but you know, they're pain. Like, you can get those new ones where you don't have to trim the wires and it does it all in one hit. You just feed the wires through the end of the connector, but they're really expensive, and it's time to move on to an easier connector. I've thought about making a board with a buck boost so we can use it with a single cell LiPo. I have. And I have stuff here. As in, I have components here. But, like I said before, I have no time. Ideas are not a problem. Time to design something, time to write code, time to do everything else is a problem. Which is why I'm going to bring help on. I need to start offloading tasks. Or buy it the second you make it. Well, depends. Like, if you want it on a board with a microcontroller, or are you talking about as a separate thing? Like, I'm not going to do a run of a custom microcontroller with a boost converter right now, because what form factor would it take? It won't fit on a TinyPICO form factor. I could do it on a Feather S, you know, like on a Feather form factor, but, you know, with what chip? So, you know, I don't want to make another Feather S2 to compete with my Feather S2, if that makes sense, right? So, now I cut the power supply off a Pico to power an ESP. What? Right now I cut the power supply off. What do you mean you cut it? Hey, Chippu. What do you mean you cut the power supply off a Pico? I'm confused. I mean, it won't be a TinyPICO if I've got to squeeze. You know, we're talking about a DC boost converter IC, inductors, caps. I call them and friends, you know what I mean? Like caps and resistors. You know, I'd have to make the board considerably bigger to fit all that on. You know, doing a run of a custom board takes time and money and effort and support. Competing with yourself is the best type of competition. Yeah, it's too easy to fall into that trap, unfortunately, and I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I had to do custom firmware. I did custom bootloader, UF2 bootloader, and custom firmware. Well, yeah. And I haven't committed all that stuff back yet. I will, but it's still too early. Catch you later, Photochromax. Thanks for joining. I've got the TPS 6. Oh god, what have I got? What have I got? Where did I put it? Oh no! I'll tell you what I got in a moment, if I can find where I put them. I need a parts management system. Haha. Yeah, I got the TPS 61023. To play around with. Specificity unveiled 2 mini Wi-Fi modules based on the new ESP32F. Well, it's just the standard S2, but yeah, it's got an F2 and FH2, FH4 with built-in flash. Yep. These guys here. That's the 4 megabyte flash version. Yep, got those. Yeah, they were always going to do that. A mini module. But you need the PS RAM. I personally think you need the PS RAM. That was from August. Are you reading old news? Yeah, they've got the mini. the mini modules have got flash, but they don't have PSRAM. So they're the modules that Limore's stuck on her for now on their Feather S2 boards, or ESP32 S2 Feathers they call them. But the problem is they don't have enough RAM, so you're really limited. I watched the last MakerCast. The peeps didn't seem happy with you dissing the Pico dev board. They were dead excited about it. Then you shot it down. Yeah, well, no, I don't know. I mean, I think like Zach's a teensy guy, so that's why he brought up the teensy stuff. He's a teensy guy through and through, so I don't think he was overly excited about the Pico personally. But yeah, I mean, just my opinion. But so themselves not sure what to do. They're trying to make more of the same. They're making definitely too many SKUs, and I've said that to Espressive. It's becoming crazy how many different SKUs, you know, and like releasing an S2 chip with no built-in flash or PSRAM, and then releasing one with flash, and then releasing one with flash and RAM. Like, good for them, bad for their partners. Like, I've been wanting to make... Like, I couldn't make my TinyS2 until this chip was available. Unless I would have... Like, which would have been too expensive. And it would have been a fully double-sided board. Like, front and back, no space on anything, right? So... Like, the fact that, you know, I got my first S2 silicon so long ago, and I've only now just got a sample of a chip that's got built-in flash and RAM. And it's still not a SIP. Like, people are calling this a SIP, but it's not a SIP. Like, a chip that's got flash and RAM inside it is not a system in a package. It still needs an external crystal. Right? The Pico D4 has got a crystal and everything inside it, and a matching network inside it to make it a 50 ohm LNA pin. That's a SIP, system in a package, the Pico D4. I want a... Well, they're probably not going to make it. I want like a system in a chip of the S2, but I want the S3 version. That's going to be, for me, the ultimate chip. But that's going to come 8 months, 9 months after the S3 comes out. So I'm not going to have a choice but to use the bare S3 like I did with the S2 at the start. Do the boards with the built-in flash PSRAM allow for additional added onto the board? Or you could, but I mean, hardware-wise you could, but how would you deal with that software? How would you deal with two different RAM pools? I mean, you'd have to specifically code for that. Crystals on the die are expensive. I think it's less about them being expensive. They might be, but I think it's less about them being expensive and more about the fact that they're much harder to do. Like, you know, doing a 40 megahertz crystal on the die is challenging. Like, there's a reason why crystals are the size they are, and why the smaller they go, you know, you're going down to MEMS level crystals, how expensive they get, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure cost is one thing, but getting a reliable crystal, like an accurate... Like, you know, one of the reasons that there's so much drift on the RTC on the ESP32s is because it's challenging to get a good, reliable, tiny 32K, you know, oscillator inside the die. Right? Yeah. They are hard, so therefore expensive. Yes, I understand. Very hard to do. So... Oh, you cut one off the Raspberry Pico board. Right, I got you. Sorry, I thought you meant the TinyPICO. Right, okay. Something like it. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to use... Oh, okay, right, hang on. Additional PSRAM for image storage. Image storage, or are you talking about for buffer? Like camera buffer. You got to remember the PSRAM is not super fast, not compared to SRAM or something else. Like, you're better off... I don't even know if you can interface SRAM directly, like an SRAM chip. Yeah, I think once you're at that space, you're looking at a different micro or a different solution. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, why would you then? But why would you do that? Why would you use an S2 with built-in PS RAM just to add more PS RAM? Like you can just use one of these chips that doesn't have the PS RAM, just has the inbuilt flash, and then stick 128 megabytes of PS RAM on there if you want, right? Like my Feather S2 has got 16 megabytes of flash and 8 megabytes of PS RAM, right? They're just all external. Like at that point in time, a tiny little board wouldn't be the deciding factor, would it? In 2016, I purchased 3 times RTC boards and no shipping. I tried one and it seemed to work okay. All right. No, they do work okay. The problem with well, when I say problem, the DS, the Dallas series RTC clock boards, they're great, the chips, but they're very power hungry. They do have a model that uses a lot less power, but they chew a lot of power, which is one of the things with them. 2 seconds drift in 2 weeks sounds like way too small a drift though. Or are you saying... Wait, I'm trying to understand. You're saying because they were so cheap. No, they could be clones. I don't know. Or they could have been off a production run. It happens a lot in China. Some company does a production run with originals and there's always chips that fall off the edge that suddenly get made onto boards. Happens a lot, unfortunately. Yeah, that is cheap. I mean, you can't buy them. You can't buy the chips that cheap. Yeah, complete model. Well, the rest of the stuff on the board and the board itself is cheap comparatively, Comparatively, yeah. And no QA. And no ultrasonic cleaning. No, not quite the same as when they fall off the channel high. Different type of fall off. You go to a CM and you say, I want to get 5,000 of these made. And it's like the cutting of the cake, right? Like 1 slice for you, 1 slice for you, and 2 slices for me. 1 slice, right? Well, it's like, okay, we're making 1,000 for this customer, so let's make 1,500, and those 500 we'll take and we'll sell them ourselves. It's a feature not about. We don't want your chips falling off your boards. That'd be bad. That'd be like bad reflow. Yeah, I've got some really tiny RTC chips here, like really tiny. On my secret project that I've never revealed, that's still on my shelf, that one day I'll get to, but I have no time. Guess what it's waiting for? Firmware. Do you remember ages ago I mentioned I've got like a secret project I was working on, but I wasn't ready to reveal it? It's waiting on firmware. Anyone want to volunteer well, not volunteer. Anyone want to help me out doing firmware? Did you complete the VNO testing? No, not yet. I've done nothing. Okay. I have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. That is all I've got. And it's not enough. No, I've not done any of the network matching on the S2. I'm kind of not in a hurry because I don't know when I'm getting chips yet, right? And even if I got chips delivered to me tomorrow and I had boards here, I don't have time to start a production run on it yet because I don't have time to do all the rest of the stuff it takes to ship a board. Sorry. No excuses. Yeah, but Elon's got a lot of staff. He employs a lot of people. He can outsource too. Like, he can delegate. I've got no one to delegate to. The empty space next to the couch is for my new desk that's coming today. 1 of 2 new desks coming. Today it's coming. Yay. Let's do something now. Well, it's already getting late. Been going for over 2 hours. When you say firmware, you mean low level. No. Firmware meaning Arduino / MicroPython or both. Like writing code, getting stuff working, and then writing example code so I can then ship the board. Like, hey, here's a board and here's code that works, and here's how to do it, and then putting all that together on a GitHub and a web page and laying it all out nicely and everything else, like that just takes a shit ton of time. Yeah, I'm not talking about low level assembly or port manipulation type stuff. No, I'm talking about maker space ecosystem stuff. Like, yeah, that's I don't need an assembler. And from a C point of view, I'm talking about Arduino environment, right? Because that's where most of you do your microcontroller stuff. Catch you later, Andy. Have a good sleep. Start up an open source project and then we'll start coding for you for free. Yeah, no, I don't have time to maintain an open source project. No, I'm talking about code to show how to use my products and then code that allows people to do stuff with my products. Hey, Mr. DIY, you made it. What'd you miss? Everything and nothing. Catch you later, Paul. Hope you're feeling better, mate. You can't see me trusting others to do my firmware for my babies. I don't have a choice, Colin, because I cannot get everything I need to get done. Oh, Mark is here. Yay. He was lurking. I need to change the way I'm working. I need to, yeah. Like I've spent, in the last 2 weeks, I've spent 5 solid days on firmware for my real rack system. And all of it was absolutely needed. And I'm not even close to done yet. And that's just like 5 days where I didn't get anything else done. So yeah, I can't. I need more than me. I need more. I need help. I need help. And it's not 5 days I'm a bad coder. It's just because it's a big project. And you'll get to see soon why. Yeah. I get 3 hours a week off. Who gets 3 hours a week off? I used to hire people to do HTE stuff. HTE? Or the stuff? Oh, the stuff I hated to do. Now, I don't want to hire people to do the stuff I hated to do. I want to hire people to do the stuff that they're really good at. And then I can focus on doing the stuff that I'm really good at. Or that I can continue doing stuff that is left behind. Are you going to sell the real rack thing? Stay tuned. Not ready to talk about that yet. Sorry. Yeah, it's a stack of work. It's just, yeah, anyway. Like, I've covered how much work it is to get a product to market already. Even something really simple. Like, it's why my IR expander took so long to get out, is because it just needed a whole bunch of code. Both MicroPython and Arduino. And Mike helped me with the MicroPython stuff. And earlier on, Adam Kia helped me with the Arduino stuff, but it still needed more work and needed to be finished off. And it just, you know what I mean? So it just gets put aside. Catch you later, Jaden. Have fun at class. Hope you learn something. Never outsource, automate things you enjoy. No, automating things you enjoy is okay if there's also other things you enjoy. Yeah. So, yeah. If you can do Arduino and you can do MicroPython and you're interested in doing contract work, let me know, please. The question is, do you enjoy bringing the project to market or do you enjoy designing it? Because that depends on what to outsource. Well, I enjoy all of it. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing this, but I can't get it all done. So I'm like, oh, I can, but yeah, I'm split too many ways. So I enjoy all of it. I mean, there's always bits and pieces that I enjoy less, but I'm not looking at getting someone in to do that. That doesn't help me. I want someone that can add value. Ideally, I'm hoping by sometime this year I will have a dedicated person that does some or all of my firmware / software, and a dedicated second hardware guy is what I hope. And the hardware guy will probably have to be here working with me, because it'll be more than just designing boards, but I want someone to be designing new product, to be working on existing product, to be helping with manufacturing, not manufacturing as in the shit work, but, you know, it could be that person designs a product and he's responsible for getting it manufactured. I don't know, you know, here. And then, and ideally I'd like to be offloading all of my web stuff. I've got some plans for what I want to do there, and I'd like to be offloading all of that. But that's a stack of work, right? That's a stack. That's a big task. So a day job already, because I would love to work with you on this. Well, stop sleeping so much, Toshipu. Come on. Shanghai come highly rated for firmware. Yeah, thanks, but no. I need to trust the people. Sounds like a startup of AU fruit. I don't want to be an Adafruit, but like scale. I never want to be that scale. I don't. Right? I would absolutely rein it in. But that's a model that I'm going for, absolutely. And no, you know, I've never hidden that. That's what I've been doing for the last year and a half. Your stack is overflowing. And my 20 stacks are overflowing. Hey, you hookup. Sounds like you need an army of robots. No, I don't want robots. I want people. Team of 24. No, I just need... Start with one person, and then start with another person, add another person. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. As I said before, I don't know if you were all there back then. Robots are better than people. I don't know. I need to grow. I have to. Right now, I have no choice but to grow. If I don't grow, I'm in trouble. Yeah. Like, I've kind of maintained this. I could probably maintain this for another month or two. But, yeah. No. Maybe not even that long. I don't know. I need to grow. Do you find it faster to just do the small, semi-annoying jobs rather than having to explain it to someone to do? Yes, but you can never grow or expand if you do that. You know what I mean? At some point, you need to take the time to explain it to someone else. You know what I mean? That whole philosophy of it's quicker for me to do it than to teach someone else how to do it, that stifles you. Like, I am the bottleneck. Right now, I am the bottleneck. I need to stop being the bottleneck on as much as I can. And I need to do it. I need to be careful how I do this, because I don't have unlimited funds. In fact, I don't even have limited funds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be taking a gamble, but I don't have a choice. I need to start removing myself as the bottleneck. It's as simple as that. And in anything that I'm the bottleneck in the company, I need to remove myself from and get someone else to take that responsibility. That's the only way a company can grow. Any large project is built out of people. Sure. I mean, and also I want to grow. So, like, here's the thing. I have no time to learn. Like, I started this journey because I wanted to learn. And I have no time to learn. Like, I'm stagnating. And, like, I am always playing this whole, I want to build something new that I haven't done before. Play with some tech that I haven't used before. But I have to do this. Like, I have no stock of this. I need to go make those, right? Or I haven't finished this. I need to go finish that. It's a, you know, I'm not only a bottleneck for the business, I'm a bottleneck for myself. What web stuff do you need to outsource? No, I'm not looking at employing a firm. Sorry, I can't. I can't afford rates of a company. Like I need to be working with people, as in, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. Not looking to outsource to a company. Not looking to outsource to India or somewhere else. Like I need to build a team. My team. I spend every day standing at the packing bench, filling orders, and it sucks. Right. And you know what? And I have a conversation in my head, John, when that happens, and I go to myself, I can't believe, like, it takes hours to ship orders. Like, and I go to myself, you know what? Stop complaining, Sion. This is what you want to do. Like, you want to build a business, and that's what that it's about, shipping product. Like, I'm happy I'm shipping product. Just like I said before, like, I'm happy that I'm out of everything. Like, it's insane that I'm out, like, how much production I have to do now to get back on top. I'm not complaining about that, but it's a chore. You know what I mean? And it's not that I hate packing. Why do I have to pack? It's I've got so many other things that I could be doing right now, but I'm packing. Does that make sense? Yeah, like it's. And then I think to myself, you know what? If I had these other products out, well, I'd just be packing more, wouldn't I? Like it's a if I don't get people in to help, then all I'm going to do is make it even worse for myself. So yeah, and it's the same thing with manufacturing. Like, you know, like today I'm going to have to do, like, I've had no feathers for like 5 days. Like, it's ridiculous. So the first thing I'm going to do is run a feather rescue today, and I'm probably going to build about 100. Right? And it's going to take me probably only about 2 hours. By the time I get them all pasted, get them in there, get them reflowed, get them out. Right? But they're going to sit in a pile for ages because I'm going to have to go through and check them all, and then I have to go and pull them apart and clean them and test them, right? But before I do all that, I'm going to then go and build a bunch of TinyPICOs, and I'm going to build some other stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm going to walk in here with a pile of boards sitting on my desk, and I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to walk away and do something else. Because I'm going to see this insurmountable pile. Like, you know what I mean? It's bad for your head. Like, it really messes with your head. But Sion, it's bad. It's a bad plan to have a high-skill worker doing a low-skill job. No, I don't want to employ someone else to do the packing. That's what I'm saying before. I'm not interested in employing people to do the work I don't want to do. No. I want to bring in someone to help me with the firmware, someone who's really skilled. So they can not only do the firmware for me, but they can do better firmware that I can do. I want to bring in a hardware person that can do stuff that I can't do. I want to augment. I want to add value. I will do the packing. My issue is not doing the packing or the cleaning. My issue is that there's so many other things I need to be doing, but I'm packing. If I didn't have to do those other things, I'm happy to pack. No problem. Don't get me wrong, like I'm happy to do the grunt work. I'll do the grunt work. I don't want to employ staff to do the grunt work. That's the worst thing I could be doing. You right? To build 3 different apps and a couple of sites, all in the midst of other people projects I'm doing, including more RF stuff. It's hard, isn't it? Like it's really, yeah. But if you offloaded the packaging, you could learn firmware. But I don't need to learn firmware. I don't have time to do the firmware. And it's not just firmware or packaging. Anyway, it's way more than that. Like there are so many things that I need, like, sorry, I know I'm sounding like woe is me. I don't mean to. Why? It gets the most leverage. What gets the most leverage? No, but offloading the packaging doesn't help me because the packaging isn't like a 7-day a week, a 5-day a week, 8-hour day job, right? Hiring someone to do the production and packaging, well, but so what do they do with their time? Like, they're going to be here, right? I can't ship it out. My stock's here. I'm not going to like make stuff and ship everything to a fulfillment warehouse and pay fulfillment prices to do it, right? What's the person who does the packaging going to do for the rest of the day when they're sitting here? It's a want-need thing. I love to learn new things. I just hate when I feel I don't have enough time to learn something new. Right, but it's not the packaging that's preventing me from doing that. The packaging reminds me of all the things that are preventing me from doing it. Me going out and building TinyPICOs and FeatherS2s doesn't allow me to learn something new. Me packaging them all together doesn't allow me to learn something new. Me shipping them doesn't allow. Me adding stuff to my website doesn't allow me to do it. Me writing firmware for my existing products doesn't allow me to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Me designing new boards doesn't allow me to do it. Unless I'm working on something new, great. And I do, but I'm chipping away at it, right? So there's no one thing that someone can come in and do. Like, packaging won't help. Like, I wish I was selling enough stuff that 8 hours a day it required a packaging person. If I was doing that, I could afford to bring in 5 people, right? What's the most bang for buck, to ship you saying? You can't do creative work 8 hours a day. True, it's very hard to maintain creativity 8 hours a day. You can do it, but you won't be overly creative 8 hours a day. So yeah, I need to... Like, I've been speaking to people, like, trying to get advice, mentorship, and like, pretty much everyone agrees that the software stuff, which is the... I've got more stuff waiting for software than I have anything else right now. So having someone help me with software will mean I have products that have been sitting here for ages. I'll be able to get closer to shipping, and it'll be one thing that isn't sitting in the back of my head, you know, guilt and whatever. Can someone in 1 or 2 days a week to deal with packaging, shipping? Again, sure, but it's not going to make the difference. Like, everyone seems to be focused on the packaging and shipping. It's that's going to make the least impact, right? Getting someone in to do packing and shipping does not add value to my company, and it might free up a small portion of my time, but that time it frees up will not be spent on adding value to my company. It'll just free me up to do other things that prevent me from adding value to my company. Getting someone in that can do stuff that I can't do adds value to my company. Exactly, Mark. That's what I'm going to do. I want to bring someone in that will add value so my business can grow, right? Not bring people in that allows me to do what I'm only currently doing right now. Right, but I'm limited in how much value I can bring to my business, to my company, because I'm a bottleneck. Okay? I'm always going to be fighting for time. I'm always going to have other things to do that are going to pull me off doing value-added stuff. It doesn't have to be... Relay to grow without running into another wall right away. Right, but me learning takes much longer than me designing or doing or working on what I already know, right? So I'm never going to spend that extra time I've got adding value, or if I do, it'll be very slow adding value. I want to see. Here's the thing: if I brought a hardware person in that could do stuff that I don't know, and I had a software person that could do stuff faster / better than I can, right? That's me growing. That's my business growing. That's me. I can learn from that. I don't have to learn from reading books or watching YouTube videos or experimenting. I mean, I can learn with that too. But I can also learn of other people. Like me learning off, me learning about a new chip I knew nothing about off a YouTube video and thinking that's a really cool chip, I want to play with it and start playing with it. That's no different me learning off a YouTube video person than me learning off a guy sitting over here who's doing the same thing. Except I can ask questions, right? And I can learn faster. Like, don't think that me bringing in knowledge that I don't have prevents me from learning and growing. It absolutely allows me to grow way faster, right? It doesn't matter where he learned. If he knows something that I don't know, right? Like getting someone in, for instance, that has experience with analog, like actual experience with analog, right? For instance, might open up some avenues on things that, maybe not. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Freeing my time up so I can learn won't necessarily make me learn as fast. I got to take the plunge. Thanks, Greg. I know. I got to take the I'm starting now. Like I said, if there's anyone out there that can do, I keep calling it Arduino, like C++, but Arduino specifically, and preferably and MicroPython or CircuitPython, right? If you can do both, and you've got some time and you'd like some work, contact me. See you on at unexpectedmaker.com. Like, I'm never going to ship my Reflow Master 2 at this stage. I do not have time to finish the firmware. But this is where it gets tricky. Getting someone remote to work on Reflow Master Reflow Master Pro is not going to work, because they need a whole hardware ecosystem around them to be able to do that, right? So, yeah. I'm secretly hoping that Greg's going to want to take up a hardware position here. I'm going to start making cameras. That's kidding. Ever looked at Fiverr? Yeah. Fiverr's not a solution for me. I have. I've looked at. I've even back in a previous life used Fiverr, but no. That's. I need a. Oh, yeah. Other makers could team up with and share skills. Yeah, I'm not looking at outsourcing to a group to get something done. Like I need a much more. I'm looking for a one-on-one experience. Fighting with my STM32 powered idea to get it going. Yeah, fighting with hardware sometimes can be fun if there's an upside at the end of it. Hey, Clem. Anyway, it's going to be a challenge. I don't know how to solve it. If I knew, I would have solved this ages ago. But, yeah. I've got to start somewhere, and I think software is probably the easiest. Hopefully is the easiest. Like, for instance, as I said, my PlayShield V2 is not going to ship until I've got a suite of software and examples ready to go. I'm not talking about games. I mean, it's called a PlayShield, and that's a really unfortunate name. And it kind of looks like a game paddy thing, but the play part is to tinker. It should be called a Tinker Shield. Maybe I'll remake them and change the name, right? But this will not ship. Like, this is ready, but I mean, the whole web stuff's not done for whatever, but this will not ship until there's a suite of software examples for Arduino and MicroPython, and maybe CircuitPython if I can get the TinyS2 to work. And that's the thing, it's just going to sit there. Like, I've got a video, a full production from start to finish, from stenciling, in the pick and place, in the oven, looking at it afterwards, pulling a board apart, from start to finish of my first panel of these. And I'm not going to ship that video until the boards are available, and I'm not going to make the boards available until there's software for them. And I started on the software a month and a half ago, and it's progressed nowhere. Hey, Michael. Sell early boards to patrons at a discount in return for them producing examples and guides. Yeah, but I can't... Thanks, but I can't build a business doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've had people offer to help me out. Like, you know, Mike has... I've been speaking to him about doing some stuff. He, as I said, helped me on the IO expander. He doesn't have time to work with, like, you know what I mean? As in he doesn't have the time to commit that I need to do this task for me, like you know what I mean, as a contractor, which I respect. But he said, I'll help you out anyway, just let me know. And I can't do that. Like, I can't build. Like, that might get me over this one hurdle this one time, but I've not gained anything from it. Side note, work visas for Australia cost. Yeah, I'm not looking at I'm not looking at bringing someone over from overseas for relocating. I mean, a contractor overseas doesn't need a work visa to contract, I don't believe. Shouldn't need one. But I guess it depends how they're set up. Hey, thanks very much. So, yeah, like, you know what I mean? I need to build something more concrete than just getting random help from people, you know. Hope that makes sense, Michael. A lot of elephants on the elements table. Yep. Need someone with skills and time without needs on financial immediate returns. No, if I can find someone with skills and time, they don't have to worry about financial returns. Like, I'll pay them for their time. I'm not asking anyone to work for free. I'm not looking for the cheapest common denominator, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to skimp. Like, I'm looking to pay someone to do this stuff. Sadly, so far, I have little Arduino level setup experience, little GitHub, lots of electronics, design, analog, digital testing, programming background. Yeah, I'm not ready to do the hardware person yet. Right, or a partner. I'm not looking at a partner because I can't bring. How do I bring a? I can't bring a partner into this now. Like, you know what I mean? I mean that's yeah. I'm not looking at partnerships right now. I'm not looking at bringing in. Yeah, like I'm looking at a contractor / employee. Yeah, it's extremely hard to bring a partner into an existing business. Very, very hard. Right. I'm hoping that Yaz was joking about the rat poison. I really am. I mean, I'm almost done. So, intern is a word. I don't want an intern. Like, I don't want someone to train. I want someone that can do the work. But paying wages will strain the financial debt ebb and flow of orders. Absolutely it will. But so does buying a pick and place machine. So does investing in hardware and desks and printers and whatever, you know what I mean? You know, I've had plenty of experience building and running businesses. I'm not worried about that, right? How good's my life insurance? She knows my life insurance. That could be why there's rat poison. It's investment, or the business can't grow. Mark's right. Like, yeah. It doesn't have to be locally, but there are some parts I need done that locally would be 1,000 times easier. Like, if I've got to go and ship hardware to someone overseas for them to work on, especially if it's early hardware that may change, you know, or like the case of my Reflow Master Pro, it's going to require a Reflow Master Pro, it's going to require SSRs, fans, an oven, and the ability to build and reflow boards. You know what I mean? Like, if the person isn't able to do the reflowing as part of their software and testing, then they can't help me. Now, if they were here, they wouldn't have to do that. I could do that. They could focus on the software, and I could do all the testing. But doing that remotely would be a real big problem. So, you know what I mean? But there's other software that does, like the Play Shield. All I have to do is ship a Play Shield out to someone, and they can just work on it, you know. The requirements are pretty straightforward. They're easy to map out. So yeah, being in Australia would be much easier. Being in Melbourne would be even better. Being able to work occasionally in the office here would be fantastic. Gotta ask Dave. I'm pretty sure Dave won't. Yeah, pretty sure Dave won't be interested. Just a hunch, but yeah. Sorry, there could be the rat poison. Yeah, maybe. Does anyone notice I'm just procrastinating right now? It's getting warm. It's going to be a hot day today. Turn the air conditioning on. I mean, right, we're in lockdown, but that's going to ease up over the next few days, hopefully next week or so. I mean, I doubt I'm going to find someone in a week. Yeah. So, like, I'm not anti hearing from people that aren't in Australia or in Melbourne, but yeah, if you are in Australia or in Melbourne, that'd be even better. I did simulator work. Someone would send me their new hardware and I'd play with it and come up with creative examples, but I felt weird not being involved in the hardware design. Right, the design or even testing the actual hardware properly, right? Like even if, again, you know, because the Reflow Master connects to a whole bunch of stuff to be able to work. You need the hardware, absolutely. Incidentally, this week deep dive with Scott is Thursday. Yes, he's doing it a day early. Have you done the call yet? Have I done what call? What call have I done? What? Hey, what? Oh, have I done it to Dave? No, I haven't called Dave. He's gonna see on who? Unexpected maker who? No. Oh, you're the Charm High guy. Yeah, thanks. I mean, both Chris and Dave have joked about the Charm High stuff on, you know, the amp hour, but I don't think either of them would know my name, so that's okay. Mike, be quiet. Mark doesn't like Dave like I don't like the Pico board. Open the pod bay doors, Dave. Call up your nearest Davy Jones and ask them to work for you. It'll work. Okay, I'm going to call up Greg Darrell and ask him to work for me. Design consultant. Does he actually have a new course? I know he's working on a course right now. The Charm High guy now on Netflix. That'd be hilarious. Could you imagine? Catch you later, Graham. Thank you. Good luck with ironing, and maybe you should stick your fingers down your throat. What? Oh, right, the rat poison. Too late. Don't they put me through to Manchester? I think I called the wrong one. Very funny. I'd blow the budget for Greg, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. I'd bring him in and he can hand stencil every one of my panels that goes on the pick and place machine. Is that you vomiting money, Greg? Okay, I think it's time to go. I need to go and build boards. Greg would put BGA on everything. Maybe. But there's no need to go BGA on everything. Sion getting angry over pick and place could be next year's Tiger King. No, I don't want to do that. No, never. Terrible. Can we assist you in the search? I mean, you can put the word out that I'm looking for firmware. I shouldn't call it firmware because, like, people think low level, like really low level, like Arduino, MicroPython, CircuitPython. I'm looking at someone that can code in both. Greg will place the pick and place. You know, Greg's fast, but not that fast. Sorry. Many years ago, I knew a guy named Dave Jones. Different one. Oh, really? Who worked at Dick Smith. Customers would see his name tag and say, he's in the wrong store. Really? I'm sure there's plenty of Davy Jones out there. For those that don't know, David Jones is also a department store chain here in Australia. I don't know if it's global or just Australia. Yeah, okay. Enjoy the stream. Have a good one. Thanks. I don't want to. I don't need a competition for clever ideas. I know what needs to be done. I just need people to do it. Someone to do it. Okay, time to go. I gotta go. I gotta start building stuff. I gotta start adding low value tasks to my day. Thanks everyone. I appreciate you joining. I'm sorry that the S2 stuff in Arduino was a buzzkill. We have to wait for that. In the end, we'll get a lot of applicants. Then you'd have to try one or two. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to getting bombarded with applicants, but I'm also maybe thinking that I won't. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Hope you have a great week. I hope you stay warm if you're in Texas, and stay safe if you're anywhere in the world. Bye.